Hey, my name is Peace, and I want to welcome you to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about the steps to becoming a notary loan signing agent, specifically New York. I haven't seen a lot of agents from New York make these types of videos, so I figured I'd document my process, and hopefully this can be helpful to somebody else thinking about starting this process. So first, I just want to cover what exactly is a notary loan signing agent. So according to the NNA, the National Notary Association, a notary signing agent is a notary who has been trained to handle loan documents. Lenders and title companies hire signing agents as independent contractors to assist in the last step of the loan process. I want to become a loan signing agent because it can be very lucrative if done right, and it's really not that difficult. Anybody can become a loan signing agent. But in order to become one, you have to first be a notary. So I'm going to split this video into two parts. This video will cover the steps to becoming a commissioned notary public in New York, and the next video will cover the different courses, the different supplies, and additional steps you need to take in order to become an actual loan signing agent. I do want to preface this video by saying that these are just the steps that I took to become a notary public as instructed by my Secretary of State, and depending on where and when you're watching this video, you might need to double check the rules and go based on what your state tells you to do. Okay, so with that out of the way, these are the steps. You need to schedule your exam, actually study for the exam, then take the exam, send in your application to become a notary public, and then wait. There is a ton of waiting in this process. Alright, so step one, you need to figure out when and where you're going to take this exam. Even if you aren't ready to take the test right now, it takes them so long to schedule you in that by the time you do get an exam date, you'll already have more than enough time to study. So what you have to do is send an email to exams@dos.newyork.gov. And I'll put up pictures of what I'm talking about throughout the video. You just have to send them an email disclosing basic information about yourself, as well as where and when you want to take your exam. They have different exam sites all over the state: New York, Albany, Plattsburgh, you name it. However, I would advise against taking this route. It just takes them so long to get back to you. I emailed them on August 13th. It's now October 9th, and I never heard back from them. And apparently this is a thing that they do. Like, it's very common for you not to hear back from them until months down the line. Luckily, they do have walk-in locations, but these locations are limited. So I live in New York City, and even though they allow you to request to take the exam in New York City via email, there isn't a walk-in option for New York City. So I had to drive 2 hours up to Albany because that was the closest location for me. But you know, obviously if you don't have the means to get to the walk-in locations, waiting for the email back is always an option. It just might take a little bit longer. Okay, now that you figured out your testing situation, you need to actually study for the exam. It's 40 questions long, and you need to pass with 70%, which is 28 questions. And it's based on the Notary Public License Law Book. It's only 17 pages long, which isn't long at all, and it's basically about the things that you can and can't do as a notary public, as well as definitions of different terms. So to give you a little background, from the time I even figured out what a notary public was to the next upcoming exam date was about a week, give or take. So I had about a week to study for the exam. And if you've seen the law book before, you know that it has a lot of old-timey jargon and words that are kind of hard to understand, especially if it's your first time seeing them. So what I did was go onto the NNA website and sign up for their training course, specifically for New York. It's a $79 training course that covers the law book, and it just makes everything so much more easier to understand. And personally, I think it was worth it because between the flashcards I had created and the training course, I was able to take my exam a week later and I passed it on my first try. But I do want to emphasize that this course is by no means necessary. It's just what I did to help me out. So now let's talk the day of the exam. course, you know the basics. Get some rest the night before, have some breakfast, and don't stress. You want to make sure you get to the exam site early, especially if you're doing a walk-in, because it's first come, first serve. Make sure you have your number 2 pencil, a valid ID, and a check or money order, because they do not take cash and the exam costs $15. I just brought my credit card and they had me fill out a credit card authorization form, so that works too if you just want to bring your credit card. Remember, don't be nervous. Take your time. You have an hour, so make sure you read everything carefully. After that, you can finally relax because you've completed the hardest part of this entire process. Now, you wait. Assuming you pass, which you will, you have to wait for your pass slip to come in the mail, which will take about 3 to 4 weeks. After that, you can actually fill out your application for your commission and then send it to the Department of State. The application is pretty easy to fill out. You just need to include things like your name, your social security number, your official signature, etc. And before you mail it in, you need to appear before another notary public to take your oath. The application form does cost $60, so remember to fill out the credit card authorization form and send it in with your application. The form for the application and the credit card authorization form can be found online at the DOS website, but you'll also receive it in the mail when you receive your pass slip. Once you've sent in your form, you wait some more. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to receive your commission in the mail, and then once you do receive it, you're officially a notary public and you can move on to becoming a loan signing agent. I do wish I physically had my commission to show you guys, but I'm still waiting for mine. I took my exam on August 19th. I received my pass slip in the mail September 14th. September 15th, the next day, I sent in my application with my credit card authorization form, and today is October 9th, so I should be receiving my commission number any day now. But yeah, this is pretty much the extent of becoming a notary. While I've been waiting for my commission, I've been completing other steps to become an actual loan signing agent. So in the next video, I'm gonna speak more about what I've been doing in the meantime. Okay, this is completely random, but I've decided to include some practice questions similar to what you can expect on the exam in this video. So the main reason why I'm deciding to include this portion of the video is because when I was looking to become a notary, a video with, you know, different practice questions would have been pretty helpful. So hopefully you guys might find this helpful. Hey y'all, it's a different day, but same concept, same video. Alright you guys, so I found this Quizlet online with questions similar to what you can expect on the exam. Please bear with me, I might get a few questions wrong only because it's been months since I studied for this exam, so I'm gonna do my best here. So I'm gonna go kind of fast, and feel free to answer the questions along with me and pause if you need more time to answer them. Okay, so starting off, we have a notary. Oh, and by the way, it does say it's 150 questions. I'm not doing all of them. I'm only gonna do 40 because that's how many questions are on the actual exam. So yeah, let's get started. A notary who refrains from performing a duty which is imposed by law or inherent in the nature of his/her office may be guilty of A, a felony, B, criminal contempt, C, a tort, D, a misdemeanor. The answer is D, a misdemeanor. Okay, I'm not gonna explain. Well, I might explain for some questions, but for most of them, I'm not gonna explain why the answer is what. A lot of these answers can be found if you study the law book. A copy of a public record signed and certified as true copy by the public official having custody of the original is known as A, affirmation, B, authentication, C, certified copy, D, acknowledgement. A certified copy. Whew, okay. That one stumped me there. I need to brush up on my vocabulary. So, number 3. To grant the rights of usage in real property to another person for a term of years, life, or at will is best known as A. Lien, B. Lease, C. Mortgage, D. Conveyance. The answer is, it's a lease. B. A lease. A court decree to pay a specific sum of money is best known as A. Right, B. Lien, C. Litigation, D. Judgment. I believe, is it litigation? Or I think it might be D. Judgment. Yeah, judgment. The Secretary of State of New York may suspend or remove a notary public from office for misconduct. This cannot be done without serving the notary public with a copy of the charges and providing the notary with which of the following? A. A trial by jury. B. An opportunity to be heard. C. A hearing. D. Both B and C. I know you need an opportunity to be heard, and then following you would need a hearing. So it's gonna be D. Yeah, both B and C. For taking a proof of execution by 2 people and swearing in 3 witnesses, the notary may collect the following fee. A. $2, B. $4, C. $6, D. $10. So you can charge each person $2 each. So if you add it up, that's gonna be $10. Yeah. Okay. If prepared by a notary, which of the following is considered to be the unlawful practice of law? A. Preparing a mechanic's lien. B. Preparing a power of attorney. C. Preparing a chattel mortgage. D. All of the above. It's gonna be D. All of the above. Any non-resident notary public of the state of New York does not need to vacate the office of a notary if he/she does which of the following? A. Retains a P.O. box in New York State. Retains a place of business in New York State. C. Retains business ties in New York State. D. Shares an office with an attorney. The correct answer is B. Retains a place of business in New York State. A New York notary jurisdiction shall be coextensive in which of the following? A. His/her county of employment. B. His/her county of residence. C. The tri-state area. D. The state of New York. A notary in New York can perform anywhere in New York, so it's D. The state of New York. The county clerk shall collect the following free. The following free? The county clerk shall collect the following fee from every notary public for filing a certificate of official character in a county other than that of a notary's original commission. Ooh, I don't remember this one. I feel like it might be $10. I can't remember. I feel like it's $10. Okay, yeah, okay. It is $10. A notary lives and is commissioned in Rockland County. The notary works in Westchester County. Many of the documents notarized at the notary's job needs to be authenticated. In which county would the signer go to get the authentication done? A. Westchester. B. Rockland. Neither. This has to be done in Albany, New York. D. This can only be done in New York County. They would go to Westchester, no? Rockland. In which county would the signer go to get the authentication done? But if the notary works, but if they work in Westchester and many documents are notarized, I'm actually not sure. I think I need to review this. I'm not sure why I'm wrong. If they're doing the notarization in Westchester, I don't know. I'm not gonna dwell. I'll come back to it. Under the New York State Constitution, the following person shall hold no other office while serving this position: A. Secretary of State, B. City Marshal, C. Notary Public, D. Sheriff. The answer is D. If you're a sheriff, you can't hold any other title or office while serving that position. For any misconduct by a notary in the performance of his/her duties, the notary shall be liable to the parties injured for which of the following? A. Damages sustained. D. What is that? C. A tort. D. Criminal charges. The answer is A. I've never seen this before and I'm not sure what that is. But yes, it's A. Damages sustained. A New York State recording office will not accept nor record any conveyance unless a conveyance A. has jurat wording, B. is in English or is accompanied by an English language translation, C. is witnessed by two notaries, D. has a state notary seal. Well, the answer is B, because none of these other things are required. Okay. After witnessing the opening of a safe deposit box, the notary should send written notification to the leasee renter, which states the following: A. the date of the opening, B. the name of the leasee, C. the list of the contents, D. all of the above. All of them. D. A New York notary is considered to be A. officer of the court, B. state official, C. state officer, D. public officer. A notary public is a public officer. Okay. A notary lives in Ontario County but works in Steuben County. Notarized documents signed at work often need to have the notary signature authenticated. Is this the same question as last time? What can a notary do in order to have this done in Steuben County instead of Ontario County? A. file a surety, surety, I don't know what that is, bond in Steuben County. B. file an oath of office in Steuben County. C. move to Steuben County. D. file a certificate of official character in Steuben County. The answer is not B, it's D. Yes, file a certificate of official character in Steuben County. A notary beneficially interested in the following documents is not lawfully allowed to take the acknowledgement of the instrument document of A. deed, B. mortgage, C. contract, D. all of the above. All of the above. If you're a party involved, you can't notarize it. How much can a notary charge for administering an oath of office to a member of legislature? A. $0, B. 75 cents, C. $1, D. $2. You can charge $2. $0. I don't remember reading anything about... Oh, I do remember. It is $0. Damn, it's been a while. Okay, yeah, that's right. $0. A certified copy of a recorded document may be obtained from which of the following? A, the notary public. B, the commissioner of deeds. C, the secretary of state. D, the public office which issued the documents originally. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I really don't remember the answer to this question, but if I had to guess, I would say C. D, the public office which issued the document originally. I didn't remember that. A hearing or examination in the presence of or on papers filed by one party and in the absence of the other party is known as a A, reciprocity. B, again with this word that I have no idea what that is. C, ex parte. D, contempt of court. It's called an ex parte because the party isn't there, so ex parte. That's how I remember it. So C, ex parte. New York Executive Law Section S-137 imposes the duty of the notary public to include the following in all acknowledgement or jurats. A, the state and county of the notarization. B, time of notarization. C, names of witnesses. D, city of the notarization. A. Yeah, the state and county of the notarization. That has to be included at the top of all acknowledgements and jurats. The specific instruction as to how to disperse a person's property upon his/her death is known as a right of execution. B, last will and testament. C, codicil. D, executive order. That's known as a will. B. The following allows a later mortgage to be placed in a higher priority than an existing mortgage. A, statute of limitations. B, statute of frauds. C, subordination clause. D, chattel mortgage. I really don't remember. My memory is failing me. It might be D, but it might be C, but I think it's D. It's C. Okay, so at least my thought process was going in the right direction. Subordination clause. A document which later modifies a last will and testament made previously is known as A, attachment. B, codicil. C, attestation clause. D, holographic will. What? Oh man, these are pure definitions and I cannot remember anything for the life of me. It's between B and C. I feel like it might be C. Is it C? Oh my god. I need to go back and study. I should have studied before making this video. Oh my god. Okay. If performing a protest for non-payment of a bill or promissory, I cannot say that word. Promissory notes, a New York notary may charge which of the following? A, $10 for the transaction. B, $2 per signature notarized. C, 75 cents for the first protest and 10 cents for each additional protest, up to a total of 5 protests per bill or note. D, no charges allowed to be charged for for a protest in New York? The answer is C. The following person may apply for a New York Notary Public Commission. A person who lives in a bordering state but has an office or workplace in New York State. An illegal resident in the U.S. C. A sheriff elected to office in New York State. D. A person who has been convicted of a non-pardoned felony in any U.S. state or territory. The answer is A. A person who lives in a bordering state but has an office or workplace in New York State. Okay, for taking and certifying the acknowledgement of a written instrument document by one person and swearing two witnesses, the notary may collect the following fee. So that's one person and swearing in, so that's 3 times 2, that's C. As a New York notary, a person may perform notarizations A. anywhere in the U.S. or its territories, B. only in his/her New York county of residence, C. within the boundaries of New York State, D. in the tri-state area. The answer is C. A notary is presented with a deed for real property located within New York State by a document signer. The notary is required to write the venue of the deed in the notarial certificate. The venue for the deed is A. the county and state where the document holder resides, the city and state where the real property is located, the county and state where the notary was originally commissioned, D. the county and state where the notary is actually taking the acknowledgement. The answer is D. Yep. Okay. A notary is presented with the document to notarize for a group of 3 document signers who each personally appear before the notary to sign the document with acknowledgement wording. The notary is lawfully allowed to charge how much for the notarization? 3 times 2, A, $6. A notary convicted of committing forgery on a notarized document may be found guilty of, I don't remember this. A Class D felony, B Class E felony, C Class A misdemeanor, D Class B oh man. I'm not even gonna try to guess. I genuinely, okay. I wasn't gonna get that. A person not appointed as a notary but who acts as one may be found guilty of A. a tort, B. perjury, C. a misdemeanor, D. a felony. Again with these misdemeanor and felony questions. I should have studied. What's perjury again? I don't remember. Is it C? Oh, okay. Okay, it is C. A misdemeanor. Okay. A notary has no authority to do which of the following in New York State? A. Notarize for family members. B. Notarize his/her own signature. C. Notarize on a legal holiday. D. Notarize on a Sunday. It's B. You cannot notarize your own signature. A notary who violates any public law is liable for the punishment allowed by criminal law, along with which of the following civil court actions on behalf of the aggrieved person or persons? A. Damages equal to the loss sustained. B. Double damages. C. Triple damages. D, quadruple damages? I believe it's A. Treble damages? I've never seen that in my life. Oh my God. A New York notary can no longer maintain his/her notary commission if A, he/she moves to another county in New York State, he/she moves out of New York State but continues to have a place of business in the state of New York, C, he/she moves to a new job and residence in the Commonwealth of Virginia, he/she has passed a New York bar examination and maintains a home in another state. I think it has a new job, and yeah, wouldn't it be C? Yeah. If you're in Virginia, like, no. And you don't have a place of business in New York, not happening. A person convicted of forgery on a notarized document may be found of which of the following? Oh. Well, we already saw this question, so I'm not even gonna go through all the options. Let's go with A. Class D felony in the 2nd degree. When a New York notary commission expires, if the notary does not reapply within 6 months, 180 days of the expiration date, he/she may be obligated to A, pay double the application fee, B, appear before the county clerk for a special dispensation, C, retake the written New York notary examination, D, all of the above. I think it's B. Ah, oh, damn. Oh man, this is embarrassing. A notary who certifies that someone personally appeared before him/her when the person actually did not appear may be found guilty of issuing a false certificate and has probably committed A, felony, B, misdemeanor, C, perjury, D, forgery. You already know the deal. You already know the deal. I do not remember any of this misdemeanor, felony questions, but if I had to guess, is it forgery? Last question, thank God, because this is getting embarrassing. When a subscribing witness appears before the notary with a document to be notarized, the notarial act is called proof of execution, B, protest, C, certificate of official character, D, acknowledgement in absentia. Isn't it a proof of execution? Okay. Well, at least I got the last question right. Look. It's been a while since I studied that law book. That was back in August. It's damn near November now. Cut me some slack. I feel like I did well, even though if I had to retake the test right now, I most likely would have failed. With a little bit of studying, I would have been fine. Obviously, you guys are going to do way better than I did because you'll be studying and have this information fresh in your mind. I, on the other hand, need to go pick up that law book and study. My eye is doing the gangster lean. It's way past my bedtime. But I'm gonna close this video out. Thank you so much for watching my video, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.